Hello, Kimmy here, and I am here today to read my story, Odd Things That Happen in the Mountains. Chapter 1. At Hotel Fire, Andy, Jessica, and Penn are in the hotel room getting ready for their trip. Andy has short, black, fluffy hair, brown eyes, and looks like a middle schooler. Jessica has long, blonde hair, blue eyes, and is taller than Andy. Penn has raven hair, hazel eyes, and a smirk on his face. Penn is playing with cards while looking at phone numbers. Jessica is hugging Andy while he is putting on his boots. Andy, can we have a movie night when we come back? Asked Jessica. Of course. After all, Penn seems like he is planning something. Andy smiled. I'm only thinking about a date, Penn smirked. Another one? Why can't you stay with one guy? Asked Jessica. Because one guy isn't enough, said Penn. You are sick, and one day you're going to regret thinking like that, said Andy. I doubt it. See you downstairs, Penn laughed as he walked out of the room. How many times are you going to give that speech to him? Asked Jessica. I'm probably going to stop, I think, answered Andy. Well, until you make up your mind, let's go downstairs. There's a trip with our names on it, said Jessica as she walks to the door and blows a kiss. Coming, called Andy, then closes the door behind him. Andy and Jessica meet Penn by the entrance, where he is talking to the hotel manager, Aqua. Aqua has long blue hair wearing a hat to hide it, along with a purple shirt, blue jeans, and white shoes looking like a middle schooler. Aqua waves at Andy and Jessica. Aqua, I thought you left with your dad, Jessica assumed. He had to go away on a business trip, so I'm stuck here again for the 19th time, Aqua sighed. I'm sorry, said Jessica, feeling guilty. It's okay, he does it all the time. Besides, he always brings me plenty of cake, said Aqua. Well, tell us anytime you need a friend, Andy insisted. Aqua hugs Andy and says, I think having you is better than any ordinary friend. This makes Jessica angry. A red aura surrounds her looking like fire. Aqua, why do you always act like this? Asked Andy, struggling to get free from Aqua. To test your feelings. Now go and have fun, said Aqua, once he releases Andy from your... We'll bring a snowball so you can keep it, Andy. Thank you, said Aqua, with a gentle smile. Andy, Jessica, and Penn walk out of the door, and I head to the mountains, the snow part. Feel that strong breeze. It means it's perfect for skiing, said Andy with his hand in the air. Great, I'll go first. Jessica smiles, then puts on her goggles and skis down the hill. She always loves going first. I think I'll join her, Penn decided. Sorry about that, and left. Guess that leaves me. Oh well, as they say, save the best for last, Andy says with a smile as he heads down. While Andy is skiing, he sees something being reflected by the sun. So he turns around and skis to the object. Odd, nothing survives here, Andy assumed. Down the hill, Jessica and Penn are waiting for Andy. Weird, it doesn't take him this long, Jessica pointed out. He probably found something weird again, Penn figured out. Well, I'm going back to check on him, Jessica said, then turns around. I'm never going to relax with you two. Wait up, Penn sighs and follows Jessica. Back up the hill, they see Andy by a frozen capsule. Andy, there you are. I was starting to worry. Jessica called out to Andy. Andy turned and said, "Why? I was only gone for 2 minutes. Longer than normal." "That's too much for me," said Jessica. "You should know that by now." "Sorry, I got distracted by this capsule," Andy apologized. "I'll accept your apology if you beat me in a game of cards when we get back to the hotel," Penn decided. "You know I'll always forgive you," said Jessica, then kisses him on the cheek. "Just promise no more disappearing." "Agreed," Andy promised. Andy wipes the snow off the capsule and sees a face. "It's a person," said Penn, shocked. "You're not actually going to open it, are you?" asked Jessica, concerned. "You think that's a bad idea?" Andy wondered. "Hello? That could be a field experiment designed to look like a human so other humans would let their guard down and it would destroy them," Jessica panicked. "Then destroy the world." "Jessica, you've been watching too many alien horror movies," said Penn. "No, think about it. Why would anybody freeze a human in a capsule? And by the looks of him, he's Andy's age," Jessica insisted. "You make a good point. Maybe we should," said Andy as he accidentally pushes the release button on a capsule. "We're doomed," Jessica panicked again. "I doubt that," Penn reacted. Once the capsule opens, a bright light appears and shoots into the sky. "This can't be good," said Jessica as a person comes out of the capsule. This person's eyes glow red. It reveals wolf ears and tail. "Hello, we come in peace," said Andy with his hands shaky and holding up. The person on his knees runs to Andy, jumps in the air. Looks like he's about to attack and lands on Andy. "Andy!" called Jessica and Penn, looking worried. "No worries. I think it likes me," said Andy as the person licked his cheek. "So, Jessica, what do you make of this?" asked Penn, looking at her with curiosity. "Maybe I was wrong. He seems harmless, but he is also naked," Jessica tells Penn, looking nervous. "The sunlight reveals the person has short black hair, cute wolf ears, pure white skin, no clothes, and a wolf tail. He is also anthropomorphic," Jessica figured out. "Great. Can somebody help me?" asked Andy in the snow. "Come here, little wolf boy," said Jessica, walking slowly. But as Jessica gets closer, the person growls at her. This makes her back up. "Okay, seems like it has a liking to Andy," said Ben, with Jessica behind him. Wolf boy, can you please help me up?" Andy asks the person. The wolf boy gets off Andy and picks him up, showing off his legs. "Whoa, he's strong," said Andy as the wolf boy lifts him up. The wolf boy smiles. "So what now?" asked Penn. "My dad is a scientist. Maybe he can help us," Andy suggested. "Good idea," said Jessica. Wolf boy, can I ride on your shoulder?" asked Andy. The wolf boy gets Andy to get on his shoulder. In 10 minutes, Andy, wolf boy, Jessica, and Penn are at a lab. The lab is as tall as a skyscraper. Green lights around the top of the lab. Red lights on the button, and in the middle is a symbol of the sun. Andy knocks on the door, and the door automatically opens. "Dad, hello?" called Andy while walking in the hallway. A TV turns on, showing a man with short brown hair, and his body isn't shown. Andy's dad, Dr. Steven. Dr. Steven is experimenting, then turns to the camera and says, "Bring him to the basement. Penn, Jessica, he'll be back at the hotel at a later time, so you should head back." "Okay, sir. Good luck, Andy," said Jessica. "Don't miss the movie night," said Penn as he ruffles Andy's hair. Jessica and Penn leave. Andy heads to the elevator with the wolf boy on his back. They head to the basement where Dr. Steven is waiting. "Son, where did you find him?" asked Dr. Steven with the clipboard. Up the hill, frozen in a capsule, answered Andy. Impressive. He still has a cold temperature around his body, said Dr. Stebbin as he scans the wolf boy. Does he have a name? I haven't figured out. He doesn't seem to talk, said Andy. Dr. Stebbin takes notes on what Andy is saying. Then he snaps his fingers, which summons a robot and brings him a whiteboard. Andy takes a whiteboard and says, if you can write, put your name on here. The wolf boy makes a marker appear and writes on the whiteboard, Jesse. Andy looks at the whiteboard and says, your name is Jesse? What a nice name. Jesse moves Andy to the corner, makes a camera appear, and takes a picture of Andy's smile by temporarily freezing time. While time is frozen, Jesse examines the lab, then gets him a red shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, brushing his hair. He also gets goggles, coat, gloves, and skis. The ski gear he puts in a red bag. After that is done, Jesse unfreezes time while sitting in a chair. Dr. Stebbin looks around and sees Jesse's new appearance along with the lab, then says, incredible! He can freeze time, and by his looks, he also has super speed. Jesse, by any chance, can you tell us who imprisoned you in that capsule? Asks Andy, focusing on the real problem. Jesse uses telekinesis to make the whiteboard and marker come to him. Then he writes, I don't know his name, but he was a mad scientist, and he had a whole gang, but it doesn't matter. They died 100 years ago. Andy and Dr. Stebbin look at what Jesse wrote. What about your family? Asks Andy. It was 100 years ago, son. They're probably dead, unless they had powers too, did they? Dr. Stebbin figures out. Jesse puts on the whiteboard. No, they were all killed by those scientists as an experiment. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. I bet you probably don't want to talk about how you got your powers, Andy apologized, feeling guilty. Jessica, see, that says puts instead of pats. I don't know why it says that. Pats Andy's head, then writes, a secret agency made a meteor filled with radioactive goo. It got launched into the air, left, heading home with bags. And then the meteor crushed me, and the goo mixed with my DNA, and then this happened to me. Fascinating. Can I examine your blood so I can see your mutant cells work? Asked Dr. Stebbin with a smile. Jesse takes a needle, pokes his finger, and puts his blood in a tube. Let me help you wrap it up, Andy offered. Jesse writes, wait just a minute. Andy looks and sees Jesse's finger heals itself. Healing powers, Dr. Stebbin writes on his clipboard. Andy looks at Jesse and asks, why did you lick me? Do you like me, or is it because I released you? Can you answer that? Jesse smiles while writing on the whiteboard. Sorry, my animal instincts were controlling my body. You are a nice person, though. All my years being frozen, people think I was dangerous and run away. Oh, so you do like me, I think, Andy wondered. Jesse nodded. Okay, enough of that. You can go back to the hotel and take Jesse with you. Dr. Stebbin interrupts Jesse and Andy's cute moment. Really? But don't you want to test out his powers, asks Andy? Dr. Stebbin gives Andy his clipboard and says, you take notes and bring it back to me in a month. What should I put down? Asks Andy. His powers, how he acts, who he likes, stuff like that. Well, don't write what he does every second, just the important things. Dr. Stebbin reminds Andy. Got it. I'll give you a full report, smiled Andy. Let's go, Jesse. Jesse takes Andy's hand, and then they leave the lab. Dr. Stebbin picks up his phone, calls the company, and says, I found a perfect experiment for you. It's totally legal. Where did you find him or her? Asked the president of the company. Actually, my son found him. Anyway, he holds immense powers, and he seems vulnerable. he was in a frozen capsule, said Dr. Stebbin. The president smiles and said, bring the money for you. Thank you, sir, said Dr. Stebbin. Also, Dr. Stebbin, if you fail to break him, not only will you lose your money, but I will make sure personally that you never continue working as a scientist anywhere. Do I make myself clear? The president threatens Dr. Stebbin. I understand, sir. No failure, said Dr. Stebbin. Good. Keep an eye on the experiment. Bye, said the president, then hung up. Dr. Stebbin puts the phone down, still looking terrified. Wow, the president must really want this experiment, or is tired of all my failures, thought Dr. Stebbin. I better keep an eye on Jessie. Good thing I have cameras all around the motel. Dr. Stebbin turns on the cameras, which shows Cockrell walking around the hotel. Then he switches the camera. This time he sees Jessica getting her nails done and Penn gambling. Where's Jessie and Auntie? Asked Dr. Stebbin in his head. Dr. Stebbin turns the camera in the sky and sees Jessie and Angie walking to the hotel. Jessie is on Auntie's back sleeping. Okay, all seems calm, but I'll keep all the cameras on, said Dr. Stebbin. At the hotel, Auntie enters to his room and sits on the bed. Jessie slides off Auntie's back and lands on the bed beside Auntie's leg. The next time the door opens, Auntie reveals to be Jessica. She comes into the room with her nails spread out and says, Auntie, how do my nails look? Jessica shook his hand at Jessie. Why is he here? Asked Jessica. Who's there? Asked Penn, looking like a billionaire. He had sunglasses, holding lots of money. Jessica sees Penn that Jessie is sleeping on Auntie's bed. Whoa, who's the kid? Asked Penn. Are you half drunk? That's the wolf boy Auntie was supposed to leave at the lab. Jessica reacted. No way, he looks a lot cleaner. Auntie is wearing clothes, Penn noticed. Jessica and Penn walked close into the room. My dad told me he has to stay with me for a month. Auntie tells Jessica and Penn. A month? But why you? Why can't he be with someone else? Asked Jessica. My dad is probably fine to come home, but for now I'm watching him. But why are you mad? Asked Auntie. It's just I have a bad feeling about him, Jessica lied. Or the monster in green has got to you, Penn laughed. Jessica knocks Penn down. Sorry, guys. For some weird reason, it just sent me backwards. Where was I? Okay, Jessica knocks Penn down and says, be careful, and gets us some popcorn, Mr. Gambler. You could have said it a bit nicer, said Penn, getting up. Besides, there's no need. Aqua already gave me some popcorn. So you want sugar or salt? Auntie told Jessica and Penn, showing a huge bag of popcorn, along with jars of salt and sugar. Great. Let's pick out a movie, said Jessica with a fake smile. Can we check the LGBTQ plus section? Asked Penn, laying on Auntie's bed. Why are you joining? Asked Jessica. I thought you were going on a date. They canceled, so the selection, yes or no? Penn answers Jessica's question, seeing her burning with anger. I don't see why not, Auntie agrees with Penn's request. Auntie, you are such a dear, said Penn, putting his arm around Auntie's neck. Jessica, you are so lucky. Yeah, I am. I'm picking the movie, and Auntie comes over here. Jessica twitches, then takes Auntie and the remote. Jessica puts Auntie's arms around her waist and turns the TV on. Ben scoots closer to the pillow, which is where Jessie is. Penn, I wouldn't get too close, Auntie warns Penn. Jessie puts his hands out and pulls Penn closer. Seems he's taken a liking to me already, said Penn. Auntie has a flashback that makes him realize why Jesse is acting kind to Penn. And the flashback, Auntie is talking about his friends to Jesse. They are very dear to me, so I hope you get along. Jesse read some signs. Why? Say, Jesse, did you lose your memory of your past? Surely you had friends, Auntie asked Jesse. Jesse writes, my parents didn't let me have friends after the incident. The closest friend I had was a boy named Cliff. He was my next door neighbor. We didn't talk often, but we did play. What was he like, asked Auntie. Sneaky, a bit of a liar, always smiling, getting married, and he would protect me from my parents, Jesse wrote. He sounds like an amazing friend. I'm sorry I asked about him. You must miss him. You know, the way you describe him reminds me of Penn, said Auntie. Was he one of your friends that came to the lab with us, asked Jesse with the snow? Yeah, he's a gambler. He used to have a crush on me, and now he jumps from guy to guy. Auntie smiled. Do you like me, Jesse wrote? If you mean we can be friends, know each other, then yes, answers Auntie. Jesse jumps on Auntie's back and smiles. You are really affectionate, said Auntie, looking nervous. I like hugging people I like, Jesse wrote. Auntie blushes. The flashback ends with Auntie walking to the hotel. Auntie, do you think this story is perfect? Asked Jessica. Yep. Let's watch Vampires, Demons, and Elves. Sounds good. Auntie says without thinking about it. Okay, I don't know you remember. I wanted to see that, said Jessica, surprised. Maybe you were talking in your sleep again, Penn laughed. Jessica threw a pillow at Penn, but he can't fall since Jesse is holding him. It was one time. Let it go. I told you I would never let it go, said Penn. If I strangle you, will you let it go? Jessica threatens Penn. Okay, I'll stop, said Penn. Auntie starts laughing at Jessica and Penn. What's up, asked Penn. You two, you'll never get along, Auntie continues laughing. Penn and Jessica laugh as well. True, we've been arguing since we were kids, Jessica, remember? That's because I kept taking Auntie away from you, Penn winked. So you were aware of what you were doing, Jessica complained. I was. Wasn't I a clever little boy? Said Penn. I just didn't want anybody taking my Auntie away from me. Well, he's mine, said Jessica, hugging him. I'm human, not a pillow. Also, the movie is starting, said Auntie, trying to get free from Jessica's grasp. Sorry. Also, can you pass the popcorn, Penn? Asked Jessica. I guess that makes sense. Sure. There's yours. Here's Auntie. This is mine. Guess this has to do with Penn. Whew. Ooh, sorry, I got distracted. I had to switch headphones. Anyway, where was I? Sure, there's yours. Here's Andy's. This is mine, and I guess this has to do with Jesse. Jesse hands out the popcorn. But what about drinks? Asked Andy. Then Andy saw floating hot chocolate above his head. So they all drank hot chocolate and ate popcorn while watching the movie together. And that's the end of chapter 1 for Odd Things That Happen in the Mountains.